Hello, angel babies. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Trisha, and this is Trisha's Temple. If you are new here, I am a mystic and intuitive tarot reader, and I'm so happy that you're here. As I'm tuning in, I have been noticing a lot of karmic energies. There have actually been a lot of sirens going off in the background where I am in this ever so beautiful place that I am visiting right now. And I think that this collective is letting go of things that are not yours, not your responsibility. That for a long time, you may have felt like you had to stay because you felt guilty, you felt shameful, you felt like you had to fix it. And now you're realizing that you can go, that you can move on and take care of yourself first. And you're starting to feel that lift in energy and the hope of what's to come next. So we're gonna pull a couple of these oracle cards to see what messages come through about this next phase as you are moving on. Oh, wow. Okay. A new start is coming. Exactly. New moon. A new start is coming, and step out of your comfort zone. North node. Those are two perfect messages, and I love that they're both very purple, very much like crown chakra. I think that you are realizing how much you have been in tune with your psychic powers this entire time, and that maybe the people from your karmic relationships had you doubting your intuition, had you doubting what you know deep down to be your truth, to be your path that you wanted to follow. And as you are moving out of those karmic cycles, those karmic relationships, you are piecing together the moments along the way when you were able to really hear yourself clearly. And this new start that is happening for you is really, your intuition is going to be so much more apparent to you, and you're going to make time, space, create very set apart opportunities for you to hear yourself, to hear yourself think, to hear yourself breathe. It's interesting, I actually wrote a poem, and it says something along the lines of that you tune into that little voice inside of you, and that you're able to hear that in between the breaths, and that is spoken in the gentleness, in the way that you are able to nurture yourself in a way that you know best. And this North Node, it's been explained to me that the North Node, it's not just about like, oh, the South Node is something that you leave behind and you never go back, you never need it again, it's all bad. That your south node, that's really about like your basic primal human instincts. That's about almost like the gas pedal or the brake pedal inside of you that tells you when to stop, when to take it easy, when to slow down. And then the north node is like your passion, your desire, what's propelling you forward. And I think that you have had a lot of things inside of you that you wanted to move towards for a while. And you've been excited about these, but even beyond your own internal brake system, which we all need, if we didn't have it, we would crash and burn. You have had other people telling you or like pulling you back, reining you in, telling you that your instincts to go forward, to move towards your passions were wrong, or that you couldn't do it. And as you are stepping away from those people, those places, those mentalities, you're finding so much more energy to put towards that enthusiasm for life. Okay, let's get one more of these actually. And what else are you going to be experiencing in this new start that's coming, this new chapter, away from karmic people? As you're realizing that the things that you once believed to be your responsibility are not, you're becoming very clear on what belongs to you. Okay, I got two more again. We've got nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. And what do you need to release, waning moon. So it took a while for these two cards to come out, and I think that both of these have a similar message in that it might be that you are still hesitant to let go of, like, even if you have already left a relationship or a job, or you've moved out of a place that was a toxic environment for you in some way, there might be some hesitancy for you to let go of the responsibility for that. You might feel like you need to go back and fixate on those that past version of you even, and feel guilty for it. And what's coming up for me right now is that you can forgive yourself. You can forgive yourself for who you were, for the things that you did to survive those situations, and that it actually taught you a lot more about who you are and who you want to be, the way that you do want to show up in life, and the ways that you don't want to show up. That our karmic relationships aren't just about us being a victim, or us being the good guy and them being the bad guy. That you're actually accepting more of your villain origin story, or the parts of you that other people might deem as bad or evil or dark, that you are embracing that you might be the villain in someone's story, and allowing that to be that it's okay that you aren't going to be just the good girl or just the good boy, just the person who is always pleasing everybody around you, that you're focusing more on what you actually value and what aligns with your integrity, with your conscience. I'm thinking now of the song Good Boy from Paris Paloma, and how sometimes we can get so fixated on trying to appease the systems, the structures, the relationships that we're in, that we lose sight of ourselves. We lose sight of even the people around us who are being hurt as well. And you are surrendering to the hope of something better. That for a long time you didn't believe that it could be any different, that it could get better, that it could change at all. But now, instead of expecting other people to change or a system to change, you're the one who is doing something different. Powerful messages. And again, a lot of, like, all of these are very purple. Let's see if I can hold all of them. I think you are accepting more aspects of you that see the world from a higher perspective that maybe you hadn't in the past, or you knew were there, but you kind of kept quiet about it, even to yourself. It was kind of like under the surface. And now you're allowing it to shine brighter in your life and be more center stage. Maybe even to the point of letting it be something that you do like, for example, watching or doing your own tarot readings, or doing very deliberate things to activate your own spirituality. And that can look so many different ways. It can be, going on walks, or it can look like connecting to animals. It can look like anything that creates that sense of transcendence and wonder. And now you're giving all of the parts of your life that create that feeling for you, you're giving them that credit or attention, and seeing how they are all spiritual things, that you aren't sometimes spiritual and sometimes just human, going through the motions, that it's all interconnected. All right. What will support you in stepping outside of your comfort zone and using more of these spiritual gifts that you have? Okay. We have the Three of Cups. The Hanged One. And the Three of Swords. Okay, so the Hanged One, it actually has lots of these eyes again. We're getting lots of like third eye and crown chakra imagery here. I think the Three of Swords is bringing up more of that emotion of letting go of the pain, letting go of or rather allowing yourself to experience, actually feel the pain, actually feel the grief. That to be able to let go of it, to be able to move through it, you're allowing yourself to actually experience it. That sometimes when we're in the relationship itself, to survive or to protect ourselves, we will kind of put this like layer or shell around ourselves, so that when the other person does something or says something, we aren't impacted in the same way, that we don't respond in the way that we would if our heart was as open to receiving love or responding to pain. And what you're noticing now is that as you step away and as you are moving outside of this comfort zone that you were in, whether it felt comfortable or not, is that you're actually able to feel the pain. You're actually able to feel the anger and the injustice and the frustration, all of the emotion that comes up for you, whatever body sensations, you actually experience it instead of turning it into a story or an intellectual understanding or justifying it of like, oh, I understand why they did that, or I understand that I learned something from it. Even that you're allowing yourself to be pissed. You're allowing yourself to cry and feel sad. And knowing that when you are able to move through those feelings, allowing those feelings to teach you and move through you, that they aren't going to sit inside of you in the same way. That they will be released. Like this bird is falling, and I'm seeing that as like a surrender, as a letting go of control. And that is bringing you to this Hanged One energy of new perspectives. That this wasn't necessarily your goal to get to this place, but now that you have found yourself here, or you will find yourself here, you are engaging with life in a new way, and you're not expecting yourself to be healed or to even go about healing by doing anything in particular. That you're recognizing that it happens in your day-to-day living, that it happens in play and laughing and connecting with people who feel safe, that you're recognizing that it happens in those moments of transcendence and wonder, being out in nature or listening to music. And all of those third eye type moments of like expansion are releasing your attachment to these cycles. And I'm going back to that comfort zone, that you don't feel the need to be, that more of life is feeling quote unquote comfortable. It's feeling engaging and inviting to you, like you want to experience it, and you're moving through life less out of fear and more out of love. And this Three of Cups, it's really like a feast of all of the abundance of life through new relationships, with people who truly see you. It's the fridge. With a life of allowing yourself to experience pleasure. Because maybe for a long time you felt like you needed to punish yourself. That's something that has kind of been an energy of this reading, is that you felt like you needed to be the martyr, and you're giving up on that cycle. I'm actually hearing the song now from Ingrid Michaelson, Giving Up. That might be, there might be a message for you in that song, that you don't feel so attached to needing to punish yourself for how things were. You're just realizing that you live and you learn, and each new phase of the journey taught you something, and now where you are is where you are. That you don't have to go back, and you also don't have to expect yourself to be way farther into the future, that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And again, with these eyes, there may be some work or some rituals that you could do around the third eye. You can look into that. You might be connecting to the colors of the third eye and the crown. I think that you're going to be feeling so much lighter as you realize that you don't have to prove yourself. To anyone. And you're going to be a lot less at war with yourself. So those are the messages that I have for you today. Thanks so much for being here. If you have enjoyed this video, if it's been helpful to you, then please like, comment, subscribe, let me know how this resonates, as well as checking out the links below. I offer personal readings and mentorship, and I also have a free resource available that supports you in creating the life of your dreams. It helps you to connect to that highest version of you, the version of you that is, now there is some hedge work going on. The version of you that feels most in alignment with where you want to go and helps you create from a place of love. Thanks so much for being here. Love you.